There's a lot of I feel like in Red Pill in general, there's a lot of like who hurt you energy. Like a lot of it feels defined by bad relationships or by like a truly ghetto outlook on life sometimes with how the people talk or move. And then you bring up that good point too, because I'll be on these panels and I'll ask a question. I was like, how long have you guys like been, like, what's your longest relationship? And it's typically 6 to 12 months max on all of these panels. And I was like, this is supposed to be like, some of these are like, they call them just like the premier dating shows, but like you guys aren't like wifed up with a, super low body count virgin tradcon woman that's like, it's all OnlyFans girls, strippers, dancers, and it's like, which is fine, by the way. I have no problem. I think it's cool. I like OnlyFans girls. Okay, I like strippers and dancers. That's fun. Well, I don't do strip clubs or anything, but they're fine. But when you guys are like so harshly judgmental of it in one breath, and then in the next breath, these are the people that you're showing off on your Instagrams and everything to the world. It's like, what is, but
no, I think that's the whole point to it. Like I did like a little whatever, like a debate. I don't even know what the I'm doing online nowadays, but somebody was asking me about my affiliations with them. I was like, honestly, there's so many commonalities with everyone. I don't understand why I'm just isolating myself to just people who think, or I assume think like everything you think people think like it, when you find out it's really not the case. So it's like, again, it's super disappointing, and then you find out that everyone's just here capitalizing on insecurities online. That was the biggest thing where I was like, wait, this is all like a full-blown like pyramid scheme on how they're doing this stuff online. So yeah, very disappointing. And Rollo, tomassi, you're a bitch. Just want to let you know that.
True. You just did like a 4-hour gossip stream on me and then on a friend of mine. So like that, he gossips more than any girl I've ever met in my entire life.
I've never seen any man that claims to be the godfather of the space go and start more drama online than any, like, you run your mouth more than a girl does, more than I do.
Legit does, more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. Like, I didn't notice this until I was hanging out with somebody, I think this is like a month ago, and I was like, oh, Rollo just tweeted this thing like 2 days ago, let me find it real quick. And then I bring up his Twitter, and I'm like scrolling and scrolling and I'm like, oh my God, this guy tweets so much. And I noticed that this guy tweets like 50 times a day at least. And there's so much like drama of like, oh yeah, this guy's doing this behind the scenes. And also, just because I know personally like some of the people he talks about, half of it is just totally fake.
Yes.
And then like 70% of it is like half truths.
Right.
And then like 30% of it is like, a couple things that he might be right on just because everybody knows about it. Right. But it's actually insane. That guy is a drama queen and a gossip queen too. Holy shit.
Yes, all of his. I hope he watches this, but I want to say all of your stats are from like prohibition. Please get updated with the times. It's getting agitating, and I can't believe there's even a following for that. It doesn't even make any sense. Get it together, Brett Michaels. You're annoying the shit out of me. So shots fired, and I had to say it. I'm sorry. So. What happens is like you meet a lot of these people where they'd make up their minds. What's his name? Tomassi was like, oh, you're a goody two-shoes. And then they found my mugshot and was like, no, you're a felon. I was like, well, what the f*** am I? So it made him like double dutch on his like argument with me.
I like one of the things that I hate the most on people, and this is very frustrating when you argue, this isn't even just red pill, it's like all political conspiracy theories, is no matter what piece of information somebody finds, they'll always make it like fit their worldview. Yeah, so like for you, I'm sure that I didn't see everything he said, but it'd be like, oh yeah, like she's a goody two shoes. You can tell because of this and this. I was like, okay, well here's her mugshot. Oh yeah, like you knew she was ghetto because of this and this. It's like, well wait, what the f*** do you actually know? Yeah, literally no matter what piece of information comes by, they can always make it fit their prior worldview. Like they're not making any accurate predictions about anything, But
that's the best part about it. That's why like I think for me personally now, like I've like really worked to control the way I handle myself on these shows, because they try to get you super emotional so they can, oh, you're being emotional. Like I know a couple of girls that had cried off the shows, like even dealing with like MLD and stuff. And for me it was like, oh damn, okay, so now I have to be super calm in these spaces since these guys are being super, I don't know, they're being super evil in the spaces. I don't even know the word right now, I'm stuttering on it, but I've seen the way they conducted themselves, and they're acting more like women more than the girls on the space do. So I'm like, okay, I like a good challenge. So I've challenged myself for the past 10 months for, I don't know, just in general. So even for moments like this, I was like, I don't want to be like a dumbass the next time I talk to somebody.
Yeah, it's one of the annoying things that I pointed out. Did you see the big episode that they had at the Valuetainment Studios?
Which one? It
was like Fresh Fit and Adam Sosnick, and then like 50 girls.
Oh, the collab. That was...
I don't know how many people are aware of this, but like it's intentionally set up like a movie. We've got like 3 heroic guys and like a legion of like 50 women that they're supposed to just like basically, chop and slash their way through. And just the way that they set those shows up is so annoying. Like I noticed, as I pointed this out about an hour, and I noticed that like Myron would ask a question where he'd say, how do you feel about this thing? And then you'd go down the line of girls. So first, like after one girl has given her answer, everybody kind of feels like they want to give the same answer.
Yeah.
And every now and then, so not only is it kind of hard to buck the answer that's being given by like five girls in front of you, anytime you give an answer that is contrary to them, Myron's going to be like, whoa, hold on. What did you mean by that? Why did you say that? Well, what's your stat for that? This is why women are too emotional. Well, like he would like grill the out of like any girl that gave like a contrary answer. And they're set up to like, so when you're invited on these shows as like, I don't want to say nobodies in like a mean way, but you've got like these guys that are really famous, and then you're just like random people that they found on like Instagram and other walks of life. It's like you're not ready to step into like the Thunderdome with Myron Gaines and like have like this epic one-on-one debate. And then the thing that triggered me the most too is, I don't know if it was Myron or Adam that said it, when they were like, oh, like this is what we mean when we say that women, don't have to do anything and men have to. Like the men are sitting here because we're special and talented and famous, and the women, you're just here because you're women. And it's like, what a self-report. Like that's because you chose to invite these people. Like
yeah, that's why I've mentioned that I don't want to go on those panel podcasts anymore, because I don't really understand the purpose of it. If it's just entertainment, like I think it's important to note that and for everyone to highlight that, but I don't really see an impact in those types of conversation. Like I'd mentioned, like it's not really a dating podcast, because I don't see anyone like, I like your body count, let's sleep together. Like I've never seen anyone impressed with like their dirty skeletons coming out of those types of podcasts. And everybody has already made up their mind. They're arguing in bad faith. So to me, it's like I can't even get a word in. If I go in deep in any subject, that's all right. Let's change the subject. Let's read the TTS. And I'm like, oh, I see now. But I think all the people that watch this stuff behind the scene, they don't really know it, because like until you're there and you see how people are when the camera's on, when it's off, you don't really know this. And I think somebody was saying like, oh, you're just mad you didn't get what you want from it. I didn't know what the I was getting. I was just going into the space because everyone said you should. Like a innocent Bambi, I went in there. And that's why I really hate the impressionable stuff now more than ever, because they say they want these young impressionable girls, but it's not like they lead them into a lifelong of like happy marriage or even safe space. You bring them in there, you destroy their egos and everything that they have of their innocence, and then what happens? Yeah. You troll them online, you have these terrible like thumbnails. And it's like, why would a girl, you never see those types of girls go back on those podcasts ever again. It's always the ones that have their purpose to be on there, which is the OF girls. So.
Yeah, the thing that you said about like calling it a dating podcast is always like the funniest part to me, because it's like, where is like the dating advice?
Yeah.
Like it starts and stops with how to hook up with as many people as possible. And I guess they do like a real estate investment podcast too. But like, it's not even just Fresh and Fit, but it's almost like everybody. Like nobody talks about what does it mean to be in a relationship? Right. What does it take to maintain a relationship? What are issues you run it? Like none of them. I wish they wouldn't call themselves dating podcasts. They call themselves red pill shows or whatever, I guess. But like nothing they talk about has anything to do with dating whatsoever.
No, and the questions are very aha-like. So I do recognize that now. I didn't know that before. Like the questions, they would set you up to, I don't know, essentially kind of, you would fail. If you're not smart enough to catch that these questions, like if someone says like, like women are emotional, and I'm like, wait, men are too. Like, but you would just say, oh yeah, I am emotional. So you just kind of confirm that and not realize, what they're saying. You could definitely like counteract them on it. But I don't think a lot of people notice that. And you bring it up and then there's a whole dog pile. But it's okay when men dog pile women. But if women do it to men, it's a big, big deal. Yeah. And even that, I've noticed that's a trick I try to call out whenever I'm there. When people say like, oh, women are more emotional than men. And it's like, that's only true if you don't count anger as an emotion. Because if you count anger as emotion, men get very angry a lot, right? Yeah, and you see it happen, yeah. No, that's for sure. Damn, I was going to ask you something.
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.